Another weekend and another wave of illegal migrant boats coming from France into the UK because apparently France is not a safe place. So everybody wants to come to Britain. We know the reasons and we know what the French government are doing, but it's escalating now even further because we now have evidence, actually thanks to Sky News for once, that the French police are just witnessing and watching the boats, the illegal migrants and the smugglers getting on the boats from France and getting to Dover and our shores, and they're not doing anything about it. And that's the key point. Watch this clip quickly and we'll come back.
Now, nobody told us officially, but I spoke to one of the officers who said that there were only 8 of them confronted by what was about 40 people on the boat and another 40 people around them. The message being quite clearly that they thought they were outnumbered. The other thing I think to take from this is that sometimes...
Okay, firstly, 8 police officers. I mean, let's just say, even whatever the number is, and whatever the situation is, and of course they will be outnumbered, but that is supposed to be the whole point of the agreement. You're undermining the agreement signed between the British government and the French authorities that the French actually promised us to say that, yes, we will stop them before they get on the boat and we'll stop them before they get to Britain. Now we know, now that we've finally seen the evidence, because we kind of had a feeling what was happening, but now we've seen the evidence that the French are essentially just like watching it, and their excuse is that, oh, well, we don't have enough numbers. Firstly, we know that the French police, they have a higher rate than the British police. They have more numbers anyway. They're very, very vocal and very prepared to, of course, go very hardcore and robust against their own actual democratic citizens who want to protest, for example, against certain restrictions and lockdown and things like that, or the health passports. The police are always there in Paris and other places to go and arrest everybody, and very hardcore. But when it comes to the illegal migrant boats, and not just that, it's for the sake of their own security and safety, smugglers, the criminals who are based in France, they're operating in France, they know their names, they know who they are, they're not doing anything about it, and they're putting all the blame and, well, responsibility and the burden on the British the Border Force and the Home Office. Now, we know, we have criticised the Border Force, we've criticised the Home Office in terms of their responsibility, but let's focus also on the French. We know why they're doing this. Macron has his election coming up. He knows that he wants to be seen as, well, we don't want these people here, so let's send them to Britain. And then at the end of the year, when the election comes, then I could tell the French people that we have fewer migrants in France, because every election, even the left-wing French candidates, somehow become conservative. And this is the lie that we have to expose, and this is why it's important for Priti Patel and the government to finally act, finally do something about Emmanuel Macron.